The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood LAHH Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live, Reality Check, featuring in-depth interviews with today's reality TV stars. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Reality Check.
Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Black Hollywood Live's Reality Check. I am your host, Ashley Gray, joined with me, as always, the DJ Jesse Kennedy. And we have a very special guest today. Yes, a very special guest, Miss Marla Thomas. Hello, my dear.
First of all, thanks for having me. And at the same time, this whole scene that's going on here is a little confusing to me because how can you try and even drop it like it's hot, shake it around? Is this Ratchet Christmas?
Mama Moniece, yes, it's Ratchet Christmas. I've just this week, I'm detached from Christmas being out here now.
Why?
I don't.
What do you need? Snow?
Yeah, or weather.
Okay, look.
The weather's 80.
Can I do this? Can I do this? Look at this.
No, you can't.
Come on.
Can we? Those are very fashionable boots.
I'm just saying that you just have to dress the part in LA.
And that
Exactly.
you have to
See what I'm saying?
And you need to decorate the house, have a tree up,
Okay, now.
You don't like to decorate for Christmas?
I'm really too old to do a lot of things.
No.
And you've met Moniece, right? Yeah. My life source and my energy source is like depleted times 12.
Really?
Well, I will say one thing that I really do appreciate about California is Ralph's out here. They sell the midget Christmas trees, so it's
Did he just say midget Christmas trees?
Sorry.
And he's dancing to ratchet Christmas music. It's just.
Well, speaking of ratchet, let's talk about Cocktails with Khloe. I don't know if it's going to be ratchet or not, but pretty much she has a new nationally syndicated talk show that's going to air, I believe, January 20th on FYI.
Which is Black Love.
Yeah,
also.
hashtag Black Love is also on FYI. Shout out to Monet Bell. But back to Khloe. It's Cocktails with Khloe. I hope that this show does a lot better than her mom's because that was a bomb. Not a shell bomb.
But at least it's on TV.
Well, everything they do is going to be on TV. They're the machine of exploitation. Come on, Jesse.
Well, no, but I'm saying because Chris's, premiered for a week on TV and then was uploaded straight to YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So, but she is
Everybody can't do everything.
She's acting as the host and the executive producer of her new show. And it's going to be 8 episodes. And it's pretty much going to be like a dinner party type theme. Yeah. They're going to have games and cocktails. They're going to be cooking. And she's going to bring on some celebrity friends. Now, we had this pie scandal. Is the food really going to be cooked by Khloe, or is she going to pretend to cook it and then take all the credit?
Do we get to vote? Was that like an A and B, A, B, C thing? She's definitely not going to
be cooking it.
And I definitely think that it's going to be interesting because if they're going to serve cocktails and they're going to be real cocktails, I can imagine I'm going to tune in just for the antics. I think that it could be good.
Is there going to be any cock?
She's a Kardashian.
It's
she's
gonna be
right.
It's gonna be no. Actually, you don't even need that. It's gonna be dick.
But what? Why did you throw it down like a log?
Have you seen the type of men the Kardashians?
I haven't seen them exposed. Jesse, have you?
Ooh,
I've been on the website. I have wandered those sites before. Well, the Kardashians also have this other. Are you checking for it? You're checking for it?
No. I mean, I don't know.
How much is too much?
This is too much.
How much is too much? I'm not trying to be funny, but really.
It's so funny. Do you remember that time when everyone watching us wasn't involved?
I do want to say this because I need someone else's opinion on this. So Jenna McCarthy, who is the SVP of Programming and Development for FYI, said, and I quote...
Wait, Jenna McCarthy or Jenny? Because that's...
It's
Jenna.
It's G-E-N-A, Jenna.
I was going to be Jenny McCarthy. All right.
So
that would have been a little strange, I have to admit.
Khloe Kardashian is an iconic millennial voice. We look forward to sharing her unique personality, wit, and insight with the FYI audience. Is she iconic, and why?
Well, okay. First, is she a millennial? Because isn't millennial
Ain't she like
technically
40?
under 30?
Okay, slow down with the age talk, okay? I'm over
Just
40.
saying.
Watch
But
yourselves.
respectfully,
you ain't calling
you're
yourself
not
a
calling
millennial.
yourself a millennial.
No, I'm not.
See?
Like, you understand your difference. Like, you ain't chasing the reverse time.
No.
Like, I'm like, father.
I would say
Jonathan.
Kylie and her sister are the millennials of the Kardashian
For
family. But Kourtney, Khloe, and...
Generation X.
No.
Yeah. But, I mean, I get it, what she's trying to do. The picture's cute. Like, look, obviously it's going to do well. You have a huge fan base. People want to hear you talk.
No, but Chris had a huge fan base, and her show bombed.
Do they?
And she
Well,
was
no,
on...
hold
Stop.
up.
We all do talk. And there's a big difference
Yep.
between just running around on, their reality show to me is their lane. Mm-hmm. That's their lane.
Stay in your lane, boo.
Stay in your freaking lane. Can I?
There you go.
No, I
Stay in
agree.
your lane.
I don't think she's a talk show host, period. But depending on who's producing the actual show, there's a way
She's
to
the
produce.
executive producer.
There's a way. Okay.
Well, then
I know.
and then
when
there-
you
and
say
then
that, but who are the
boom,
real
there you have it.
producers
Yeah,
behind
she's
it?
the
Obviously,
executive
she's gonna
producer,
pay
and
for
she said that she's excited to share her original content with her fans.
it. All right. Well, go ahead, girl.
What's original about the Kardashians at this point? Okay, sipping.
So what? Speaking of sharing, Kris Jenner was not sharing nothing for the holidays, y'all. Don't matter. Christmas comes once, twice, but only once a year, girl. And your staff got fired because apparently what happened was Kim was upstairs with the new baby. Kris was in her office. The Jenner sisters just playing around on their apps and whatnot. And all of a sudden, as Kris is just busy doing whatever Kris Jenner does during the day, a man walked into the office and was like, "Hello, Kris Jenner."
Hey,
And she was
girl.
like, who are you? How'd you
Yeah.
get in here? Come to find out, nobody really knows. This man just walked onto the property, walked into
the house.
Into the
the
house.
house.
The home office.
Into the
home
home office.
office.
And walked right up to the desk of Kris Jenner, and she had no words. Kanye.
There has been so many
Yeah,
break-ins
this
in
year.
regards to celebrities, and I think it's an inside job. There is absolutely no way that
Of
you know
course
so
it's an
many
inside
details
job.
and how to get in, how to get out.
No, this one apparently.
I only have a garage, and nobody's
This
going to
man-
walk into my house.
is from Texas, and he drove all the way out here for
Texans
to
are
find
crazy.
to meet a Kardashian, and what blows my mind is that it happened because here's the thing.
That's actually scary.
No, how many people in Middle America who aren't around celebrities like that are sitting there thinking wow, I'm just gonna go knock on the door. We see it in old 80s movies I'm going to the director of Hollywood and I'm gonna be the next star.
Yeah.
Bitch, do that and you getting arrested, girl. Don't be knocking up on
But
Serena
I think there may
Williams.
be some mental issues there.
Well, yeah, so-
obviously
You think-
something is wrong with this individual.
you think?
But let's talk about the fact that Kris fired everyone. Are we
because
reality Xing or
Kanye was like,
checking?
look, boo, my
Right.
security guard is a whole bunch of off-duty cops. They'll be your new security team. Fire everybody.
Which is weird to me, off-duty cops. When are you ever truly off-duty?
All the time. Come on.
Police?
Yes.
You should never be off-duty, truly.
Not
truly,
Not if
like-
they're working for Kanye West.
Right,
bitch, 'cause
right.
I
Yeah,
feel like he's
nobody's
a-
sleeping around there. That's for till 2017. They're going to be
Yeah.
like,
until those children have turned 18.
you'll know his security because they'll be the ones jittery because they're on no-dos. They can
Yeah.
never even nod from here on out to the end of time.
I don't know. I just think that police officers, when they take that oath to protect and serve, it's 24/7. It's not I know that you're not actually clocked in.
But that's what these are people
But
who
you
are
do,
not
but you do
called.
understand that at that point, not only would I have to fire everyone, I would have to flog them. Mm-hmm. I would really feel because how do you know who's in
Yep.
charge?
Yeah.
Everyone in this time span has to go.
Yep.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Yep.
So talk about people leaving and going. Do you think Kim Fields is boring? On Roja? Do you think she's too emotional? According to Kenya Moore, Kenya's you are just, you
Linda,
need to
listen,
twirl
you
on out the
tired.
dough because you're boring. And I'm sorry, Tootie, but you kind of are.
I think the show needed a little bit of reality, and in reality, people are fucking boring. In reality, Kim.
I'm not boring.
Hold up.
Follow me.
Girl, bye, because you have your nights when you be telling me, I just, you know what I mean? I love sitting
mean,
at
we
home with
all have
Netflix,
those nights,
drinking
but-
my cocoa with my cat. Bitch,
Ooh,
no
you
one wants to
tried
watch
it.
that.
Ooh, I know.
So
But all I'm saying
is that maybe Kim Fields.
But she's born 24/7, 7 days a week, 12 months out of the year.
Hello, stay in your lane.
She had good shade. I thought she had good shade at the table
That's
for Miss
like
Kenya.
grandma shade.
Kenya's mad because Kim clocked her, and Kenya's mad because she can't keep it real, because if she kept it real, she wouldn't have a job.
The format has kind of changed. It's a little tough, I think, for Kim.
It has become Love and Hip Hop.
But I just feel like Kim feels it's so above.
I'm sorry, it's become Bad Girls Club-esque.
But
they're fighting. The job is, here's Team Kenya, here's Team Portia, and who's going to be on whose
and she
side.
she was at the pinnacle, though,
Yeah.
which is what I'm saying, of a sitcom. So it's a whole different process. It's got to be hard
this
to shift.
This ain't living single. We are living.
Exactly.
No, I do. You got to stick out.
I get it.
But I mean, I get it too, because even when I watch like R&B, divas. What's the one where
R&B Divas. Hollywood Divas?
Moesha.
Oh, Hollywood Divas. Oh, she looks real
All
cute.
those
Countess,
people-
shout out to Countess because she got snatched.
Yeah,
she lost
like
a
I
bunch of
can't
weight.
watch those people on reality. It hurts me to watch like people who are like, you know what I mean? It's like you
The
had a
girl
career,
from
and it's like now you're like
Girlfriends,
coming down to Nene Leakes level.
Did you watch the Love and Hip Hop 2 reunion? You know that I know the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hurt me to be,
And
That's
the
very
next
painful for me to
the
be a
next
part of that.
15 is pretty much the same thing, because we have these reality stars and these actresses. Well, I guess just mostly reality stars who are trying to get their next 15 in the spotlight.
But with that show, I feel like they're not tying them together, so it shouldn't
That's
be
true.
about them like
It's not gonna
fighting
be
each other
catty
or
and
whatever.
You know how I
messy.
know right now I'm not a millennial? I'm sitting here looking at you guys going,
What the fuck are we
I
talking?
haven't seen one of these freaking ass shows.
Yeah. But when you think about it, Roja is
That's
filled
a
with
good thing.
50-year-olds.
I have
So
not. But it's entertaining.
Yeah, acting like that though. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't. And who else can't is Miss Amber Rose, because she.
Okay, now I'm into this.
here we go.
Amber Rose recalls a time. I actually put this specifically in here because I knew you were coming, and so I want to get your.
You're going to get it. I'm
Amber
gonna give
Rose
it to
came
you.
out to say that she recalls a time when she was slut shamed in 7th grade by her teacher. And basically what happened was she was at school, she had a skirt on, and this boy touched her inappropriately. She told the teacher, and when she brought it to the teacher's attention, apparently the teacher shamed her and said, well, why are you wearing a skirt that short?
Oh, now that's whack. Whatever it was, my first thought, just seeing and hearing kind of this basic topic, was whatever slut shaming that they gave her did not work. It just was fuel. But in that case, that's whack.
I don't think that that's slut shaming though, and I want to know the specific.
Well, she said
I want to know.
No, she felt like the teacher. What did she say? She said she felt like the teacher made her feel like she didn't matter and that it wasn't anything pinned on the boy. And even though she was just walking in the spirit of Amber Rose with her short skirt.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I
because
want to know. First of all, you're in the 7th grade, and as an educator, I would phrase it differently, but I would definitely bring it to her attention that this is the school policy. We are to have our skirts at this length, and you should not be wearing a short skirt. This invites this kind of attention, and if you do not like
Where's
that
my
kind
whistle?
of attention, then hello.
I need a
Don't
Jesse.
wear it.
You guys, I need a whistle.
What
Go
you got,
for
girl?
it.
Here's my whistle. It doesn't matter because to me, whatever it is that you choose to do to dress a certain way or
Yeah.
do whatever you're going to do for somebody to actually put their hands on you is a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
If I choose to walk down the street butt ass naked, then you let the police arrest me and
But
do
you
whatever.
still need to instill those values in a 7th
the value.
grader. You're in the 7th grade.
I get with that, but those are two different issues.
Yeah, it's two different issues.
You want to
but-
get her to try her best. You want to say,
Yeah.
"Look, this is inappropriate dress," but you don't say okay and give the green light to somebody responding
No,
to her dress,
absolutely
which is
not.
what I hear. That's kind of what
Yeah.
happened. So that's not really
Says
slut
Amber
shaming.
Rose.
Yeah.
Right. So
Where she's
made,
taking
right.
that. She also came out to say, and then as I grow up, she said, it's interesting to see these Victoria's Secret models can wear underwear, panties, and all this stuff. But then when, a video girl takes a picture of herself because she's confident on Instagram, then she's a slut.
What happened to rules?
It's just too much. I think that Amber Rose has individual issues that she needs to work out, and this is like something that's deeply rooted that she needs to go see a therapist
Okay,
about.
here's my question.
Because
Hey, guys,
hello,
that's all
this
I'm
is a
saying.
model.
Like, it's like,
This
'cause
is
I don't
their
want to say Amber Rose is a
livelihood.
bad
It's a
person. It's not about you being a bad person,
Exactly.
girl. It ain't about me being like, Amber Rose, you a slut, stamp. It
Yeah.
ain't about that. What it's
Even
about
though you
is,
may be.
I just feel like from a young age, there was something installed in this girl. Clearly, we see the other thing. She came out to say on The Doctors, I think, and we talked about this with Wiz Khalifa. She said, what did she say about cheating on a man? A man is always going to cheat on you. As long as you don't hear about it, that's the way that you can get by in a relationship.
And
that's
another thing I want to say really quick, why would you want to wear a short skirt? Obviously, you want some type of attention from the opposite sex or maybe the same sex.
I have a question for the two of you guys, though. Seriously, because you know I'm already in the grandma zone. In your generation, is it totally uncool? Is dignity just to expect dignity? Is dignity just
you're
done?
A loser, you're a geek, you're a nerd.
I'm really serious because
100%. I've already gone through this.
I'm confused every day because to me it's not even the most beautiful. It's you're not even presenting yourself in the most beautiful way if you're just always exposed. There's too much. And then what? I've seen that, been there, done that.
The whole visual is sex, and there's a difference between being sexy. You can be sexy in a turtleneck. You can be sexy in everything in this burlap sack. Girl,
stop!
Shade! This is my own little shade TP. Did he say burlap sack?
She my boo. She not. But the thing is like you can make things look sexy. But the thing is like, and to bring it up because I have to talk about it every fucking Monday. But Miss Nikki, baby, from Love and Hip Hop. You know what I mean? She's okay, yes, whatever, all the work that she's had done or whatnot, but she's a pretty girl, and the silhouette's beautiful. But at the same time, girl, every time I see you, I'm gay. I don't even want no damn vagina, but I'm just looking at you like it's sex. You're literally just sex.
And I think that people want to look this way or portray this image.
But then they get mad when people don't take them seriously.
You see it everywhere, and people put these women on a pedestal, and this is considered beautiful. So if you don't dress this way, then you're not perceived as beautiful.
Because it's not taking anybody really where they think they want to go, which is more interesting to me.
Well, Kim Kardashian is exactly where she wants to be.
But the thing is look, you're married to now a man. Now she's Kanye's woman.
But she's exactly where she wants to be. She played her cards right. Yeah. And a lot of people are seeing this like, maybe I need to do this.
But you're also talking about an outlier. You're talking about an outlier, and all the pieces of that family were already there, and exploitation was already. It was just, to me, I'm not. Shout out to Kris Jenner if that's what you want, because she was genius. You could flip she literally took the most debased. To me as a parent, I'm cringing right now when I go to my own daughter's Instagram and I see Moniece with these nude pictures with the girl from what I don't even know what is. She's got game, and they're right, and I'm like, what, bro, for real?
Yeah.
What, really? And so to me, when for the Kardashians, that was in place, and they flipped that into a machine because all the pieces were there.
I wouldn't even say that that's an outlier, because so many people are doing that.
Tell me who else that works for.
I'm an outlier because I don't do that.
But I'm talking about
look at all of these Instagram models with all of these followers, and they're getting
But who has it worked for? That's what I'm really saying.
Literally just Kim Kardashian when you really look at it.
That's kind of what I'm saying.
But they all do try to kind of fit that mold.
Which is what's whack.
Let me find the rapper. Let me find the sex scandal. Like the fact that I watched literally before we came in here. We're gonna get into it. The Cat Stack story. But before we even do that, let's talk about something positive. The Remy Ma got fucking married.
Congratulations to Remy Ma and Papoose. Well, actually, it's not. It's kind of positive because they were officially married in 2008 when Remy was in jail on the felony charge and illegal possession of a weapon and all that jazz. And they were supposed to actually get married in prison, but Papoose got kicked out, so they had to actually get married over the phone. But now they had this really big, elaborate wedding, and Remy looked absolutely gorgeous. Her dress was so pretty, and she had a lot of her little Love and Hip Hop fans there. So congratulations to you both.
And I'll watch this special.
Am I going to? Can I talk to Mona for a minute? Mona, are you going to make us watch another wedding?
That's
Why don't you
only
just
one I would watch.
Move your series to TLC. And just start a whole wedding.
Say yes to the dress.
Black Love, the wedding series.
Do we really?
Yes,
I mean, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Marla, lights out, going to sleep.
All right. Well, I would actually watch this one. Here's why. Because
this one?
Here's why. This is what Love and Hip Hop is about. Two rappers in love, I've loved Remy, you know, the shooting thing, like, girl, you know what I mean? I'm going to have a cup of coffee with you, and we're going to talk about that. And then Papoose, like, I have loved these people in hip-hop. So to see finally, here's a place where, in this day and age, Remy was locked up for how long? How's she gonna get back out there in front of the millennials, where Nicki Minaj has all this?
So as far as you're concerned, this is the first time it really fits the format of the purpose of the show.
It's
because I can see the real excitement in your eyes. Look at him; he's all lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yes, and it's the only reason, because we do AfterBuzz TV. It's our sister site. Make sure you guys check it out. We do after shows about the TV shows, Love and Hip Hop, every Monday night. Check it out. But the thing is I was going to quit because I'm at a point where it's like I can't talk about these people's lives anymore because they're not. If you're gonna get mad at me for talking about what I'm watching on TV, and you damn well know that you're doing on TV isn't what you would do in your real life, for you? Girl. Some of them love it, and you know what I mean. But the thing is, I got
you, Jesse.
I can't. I get tired and drained. So then Remy Ma and Papoose are coming on Love and Hip Hop. I was like, okay, because that's where we started. Jim Jones, Fabulous's wife. That's where we started. So I'm giving it this other chance. Now here's my problem with it. Kat Stacks has come out the woodworks, y'all, to talk about Cardi B, who I know nothing about this girl. She's apparently on the new Love and Hip Hop New York. Girl, I Googled her this weekend. And so basically, I don't know why she's famous.
There's another one. Are we calling this fame?
For being like she was this about 3 years ago or 2 years ago. She was
Cardi B.
No, Kat Stacks.
No. Kat Stacks isn't on Love and Hip Hop. Cardi B is.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and she's known to be a hoe. Like, so I went and watched her these videos this weekend because she wasn't on last week's episode. So I'm watching these videos, and in the videos, she's talking about like, yeah, you know, I suck dick, and it ain't nothing, and you know, all this hoe stuff. But then at the same time, she's talking
whole chat, just general whole chat.
But then, so I was also kind of like, okay, well, wait, is she like maybe a reformed hoe? Because then there were conversations of her talking to kids, like,
once a hoe, you never go back.
But she's saying like, you know what I mean? Like, don't get out there and get pimped by these tricks and all this stuff, and you know, she's giving advice to kids. So I was like,
speaking to kids.
So then I see this.
Me.
Kat Stacks has something to say about Cardi B, that Cardi B is a fake hoe, and she takes sort of offense to it. Now here's my problem with Love and Hip Hop, and why I feel like, Mona, we need to have a show afterwards called The Discussion, because you put this shit on TV and kids don't understand that the shit is fucking edited. Now, Kat went on this fucking interview, and I wasted 17 minutes. It's a 22-minute episode, but
Give
I wasted
us the
17
1 minute
destroyed
rundown.
half of it.
Condense it.
So basically, Kat Stacks came out to say that she don't have no real issue with Cardi B, but she just thinks it's funny because she was supposed to be on Love and Hip Hop. I guess Mona and them approached her. She was supposed to out some rapper,
so she's
but
jealous.
No, not at all. She could have been on the show. She said that I didn't want to be on the show because I'm not going to deal with my ex like that. She said that I'm not dealing with no fake ass fucking show. By the way, your show's fake. She came out to say that, and then she went on to say that Cardi B's fake. How you sitting up here talking about pimps, hoes, and that you a prostitute when you never prostituted? She said she's just a basic ass stripper. So she's sitting out here talking shit about all these fucking people who talk shit about hoes and all that. But then you out here pretending you a hoe and you're not even really a prostitute.
You can't really speak to nobody's
story.
Girl,
I was just like, what did I just watch for 17 minutes? One hoe is saying that she isn't a real hoe, and that's
I guess there's a whole checklist.
Disgrace to being a hoe, and I was just like,
listen, Jesse,
I know it's Christmas, but it's too many hoes.
Everyone in this life needs a certificate of authenticity.
Girl.
If you're gonna be a hoe, you must meet all the standards, or you are fake. It's like a Louis Vuitton. Don't do it. You buy the real thing.
So it's a faux hoe.
It's a faux hoe. And then I'm a little jealous. I'll be honest with you. Being on Love and Hip Hop this season, and I just sit here and I listen to that, and I want to know why my storyline was so real that it's disturbing. In other words, for me, and when I'm just saying, it's interesting to see that, because, and I know that I can only speak for my storyline, but the stuff going on with my family is so for real that I'm like, Mona, I wish I had a script.
Yeah.
I wish I could fake it. I wish I had a script.
So all of your storyline was completely true. There was nothing
my storyline,
out of them.
I'm going to tell you this way. My storyline is so real that I have not spoken one word to Fizz since episode 8.
Really?
In real life. No edit.
But
where's my camera? There you have it.
And so, but
because
why,
he lied.
But why? What did he lie on? As far as like, because I know the editing. I've watched.
He lied when he stood there in a green screen and said, "Marla doesn't have Moniece's back." And I'm just now realizing that you don't have a support system.
Yeah, when he
my mother was in tears. My own mother. She was like, "How could he? What the hell?" With all.
So did you address him? Like, how?
I haven't spoken to him yet because I'm a very calculated person in understanding collateral damage.
That's where Moniece gets that.
And when I say calculated, for sure. Even to the point we were laughing. You talk about Moniece. We were laughing the other day because Moniece was like, I said, you already know. You don't ever need to come my way with this snap and snatch grab bullshit you've been doing. She's like, I'm not even playing those games with you. Before I even have to come your way, I have to tranquilize you.
Yeah.
So, and that's just, I mean, for real, for me, the thing about it is, I consider them, that's family. And I don't feel like there's enough drama in our lives with what's really going on with them that you don't need to really do anything to fabricate this foolishness because it's real. So I'm like, for you to go on, and just like I said to the people at Love and Hip Hop, I said, that's a lie. Well, maybe let me play devil's advocate. I said you can play the advocate of the devil all you like.
Right.
I said, but there's a difference between. She says, well, maybe his perception. I said, I can perceive right now anything that you want. I want about the things the two of you are saying. But if I said, Jesse, why'd you just call me a black bitch? Now that's a flat out lie.
Right.
There's a difference between perceiving and what is actually a lie. What Drew did was tell a blatant lie.
Do you think that the producers planted a seed and said, "Say this"?
Well, you guys are supposed to be reality vets.
Well, I'm gonna say
because that was green screen, so that made me really mad because that's not in a scene.
Yeah.
And you know how those green screens work. You're responding to questions.
And in the green screen, by the way, for me, I'm not responding to anything that you tell me to say based on what you want me to say. Because when something's presented to me, my real comment is, I'm Moniece's mother. I've raised Moniece, and you're perceiving what the problem is. I know what the problem is. I'm not saying that.
Which blows my mind because you're obviously a vet in radio. And for someone like Fizz, I mean, he's been in the game for a while, media training and all that kind of stuff, where you would think...
Weakness. Keep going.
Where you would think that he would be prepped enough to know, like, okay, we're dealing with your son, your child. Because he gets this, like... good daddy kind of thing.
He's clearly been empowered, though. You do understand that.
Empowered with what?
With that whole good daddy, like that's his.
Oh no, yeah, I'm saying because whoever is working this, it's Go Fizz and Moniece is the.
That is correct.
The most.
That is correct. That is what I understand at this point, and so even to the point that
because even Nikki, I feel, has gotten an immaculate cut, and I'm just sitting here trying to figure out why she's on the show. She's entertaining.
I have to say this. At the reunion, when we sat on that couch, I was blown away, aside from Nikki's helium body parts, which were very impressive up close. It's definitely pontoonish. But, and no shade, but it's amazing. I'm like, how do you get all that under your skin, and how do you sit comfortably? But that's not the point. The point I'm really making is when we sat there, when she started in, she had the most... realistic moral approach for real. And I was like, and really, to be totally honest, Tiara and Nikki were trying to basically say out front, Rich is a fraud.
Yeah.
We've read the emails. He's trying to get on, period. And she's like, don't play Moniece like that. This is your baby's mom. And if you're not going to protect her or say the truth, because if this is what you really want to do, she was saying live and in person, I'm all for that. You're a family. So if I'm encouraging you to go work it out with your family, if there's even an option. Right. Those were her actual words. So I was sitting there like this.
And no, and now that because that was obviously the unedited version, because what we did see, it did come off like Nikki was sensible about the situation. But at the same time, I always question the sensibility. Is it being sensible, or is it being... ratchet? Because at the same time, we saw her with Willie and Shonda. She broke the news that Shonda was a stripper, and it's like, why would you spill that tea? And then with this, it's like, I can understand why Nikki brought it up, but what boggles my mind is why Fizz instantly said this to Nikki.
A weakness. That for me is the biggest problem of all. I feel like he's so about himself, whatever's in his mind. And it's sad because in real life, when we first met Drew, we were like, you know what? I have an aversion to celebrity. Let me just throw that out there. I don't believe in it. I think that we have it all effed up in the world, and we're not celebrating the people who matter. We're not celebrating mothers. We're not celebrating teachers. These are the people day by day who shape what we're going to be as a nation. So to me, the fact that you're throwing stacks and stacks at athletes and stacks at Kardashians and all the plastic people in the world is annoying because you're watching somebody on a television screen and you don't even really know that most of them are assholes. You can't relate to them anyway. So I'm like, okay, whatever, we'll get past that. But Drew kind of got in because when he and Moniece first started dating and he came over, my big thing is don't park in my driveway. And I used to light people up because unless you're paying the mortgage up in this piece,
do not.
And I would walk in the door, and I'm not going to name names, but I'm talking about what you guys would call major celebrities. And just because you drive a effing Range Rover, get it out of my driveway. And I wouldn't even make eye contact on purpose because I am home by myself a lot of the times because my husband travels. So I had to be what you guys were. I laughed at the mother-father handshake. So true. Because I'm both. In a lot of cases, I've had to do all the hardcore stuff. And I just walk up the steps. I wouldn't make eye contact, whoever was in my house. I said, you got 5 minutes to get out of my driveway before I have you towed. And don't ever park in my driveway again. There's all that street out there, period, unless you're paying the mortgage. And I walk in my bedroom and shut the door. And wouldn't come out until I gave them time to do what they had to do. And of course, the kid, Moniece says, Mom, you're so... And I'm like, you can go too. You don't have a range, though. Get your Nikes. Park your Nikes, walk on down the street, do what you got to do. Because that's just respect. So if nobody's going to teach you that around me, this is the way it goes down. So for Drew, when he came over, I said, you know what? My husband and I talked. We were like, you know what? We like this little dude. We didn't even realize. It took the second or third time, and I was like, why do you look familiar? And then I said to him, I'll be honest, I was prepared to not like you at all. Because I'm not even down with this whole little, child celebrity BS. So that was it. So he has been, where I will give him credit is this. He absolutely adores my grandson. He does love his son. So with that in mind, which is when the baby was born, I said, I require and expect for you to become a wise father. It's not going to happen overnight because nobody's born with a manual. But I'm watching. And it's a growth that has to take place because you insisted on this whack scenario because we all knew that a baby should not have taken place with the behaviors and mentalities that were going on with these two.
Right.
And that you were told that before there was a conception to kick rocks. And you did it anyway. So now this is what you have taken on. And if you're the one who has the capability to be the parent, I expect you to be that. Stop freaking whining. Period. Because every parent who's a parent does what they have to do.
Right.
With nothing.
I'm still doing it, which is what I told him. I said, you're right. Being a parent is not a big deal, but being a great parent, I told him, is a big fucking deal.
It's a huge deal.
And I told him, i.e., I'm still kind of parenting you and Moniece now, and you guys are in your 20s.
What's up with Fizz's parents?
I just think that because of the situation, that his mother is his main. His mom raised him by herself.
We don't see much of her on.
Yeah.
The show.
She's not. That's not what she's going to do. No, but he was kind of the man of his house due to even I think B2K fame. So kind of, to be honest, what Drew says goes.
Okay.
So everybody's going to kind of do whatever it is that he needs done, and to be honest, which is what I even said to him on the show. You consider yourself blessed, but don't think this is an expectation or this is the way it's supposed to be, because you should allow a grandparent to be a grandparent.
Did you, when Moniece said that to Fizz about the whole loving him and feelings and things like that, it made sense in my mind. I mean, obviously, if it's somebody that you have that big of attachment to, how, as a mother, I guess this is kind of like a couple different questions I'm going to ask and just kind of put it all together. One, why did you go on the show? Two, after watching your daughter on this show, was that a bit of a motivation for you to be a part of it? And at the beginning of the season, you had this like, yeah, Mama Marla, she came in there, she put the foot down, she gave reality
Right.
TV a taste of reality. And then it almost looked like a lot of Twitter people, or maybe because of the way it was painted, then you were too harsh and that you were the one affecting Moniece. And obviously, if anyone follows you guys in real life, that's not the case. Or it was painted differently for that. Why did you join the show, and how has it kind of affected your day-to-day?
Well, the reason, and by the way, I have to give you guys kudos because I'm very selective. This is my first actual interview.
Hey.
Because I was watching for people who got it. Because I'm not here to waste words. And I'm not here to give somebody my truth who wants to just share their spin. So that's why I'm sitting here. So let me say this. You're dead on again. Watching Moniece season 1, it has been mortifying in a lot of ways, considering the parents that we have been to Moniece and the type of life Moniece has lived. It was imperative that I come on and say, this is what Moniece really came from. And you can kind of see it in the fact that she doesn't really fit ratchetivity. We say I always say Moniece is wearing a ratchet costume.
She puts a character. It's a
character.
But it isn't. But at the same time, but it isn't, because there's a lot of stuff going on with Moniece, which is why she's all over the place. So,
which is natural. I mean, in your 20s, you just like go through things and you're developing and you're maturing. So,
kinda.
Yeah.
And I say kinda because I raised 3 kids. So I've got my son who's 26 and my 22-year-old daughter who graduated with honors from Syracuse and is the lead producer for ABC, WJCL in Savannah, Georgia. So you can't just say that. I'm the parent to all 3 children through their lifetime in general. So for Moniece, I went on there because I wanted to be able to expose, which is still my plan, a platform to expose this dysfunction that so many other families are dealing with.
Yeah.
And start a parent platform, because I'm calling it Parents Who Love Beyond Reason. It is not reasonable, which is why I'm like, is America dumb?
Yes.
And I'm not even kidding. I have asked that question. I'm like, what? Did everyone's lights go out? Why am I here? If the things that are going on that you're seeing, why am I here? And she's 28. If Moniece was abandoned, what the hell am I doing here?
Yeah.
As a grown woman. I'm talking about somebody that will be 30 in 14 months. So she's not a baby. I don't care how young she looks. But I'm here. So that platform and this discussion must be had, because there are things that need to be addressed at this point. There are parents like me.
Were you nervous, though, going into it?
No. And still do what I have to do to not shut the door for Moniece, because season 2, it became imperative, because of the role Moniece is playing on this show, that someone get involved.
Yeah.
My husband is a member of Take 6, so he's a 10-time Grammy Award-winning a cappella artist, and their reputation is impeccable.
Not going on the show.
Well, and I will never, I can't say never, but not under these, not.
Yeah.
Can't. And he's not just in a group, he's not a solo artist, he's in a group with other people. So, you know, the way that the drag that started to happen, which to me, I went in saying I'm in control of what I put out there. Period. So I can at least say this, that I walked off the show with my integrity. When you see me, whether you like what I had to say or not, Marla didn't sell Marla on that show. Now, some of the things that you see are really still about my real relationship with Moniece. And Moniece needing me to, you know, plead in her mind, whether it's true or not. You see, to me, I'm a person of my own destiny. Moniece is a person who chooses to not be accountable. So it's not my fault if, you know, Richie Pennies can't get his shit together and you guys can't stay together. But in Moniece's mind, it would be my fault.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say what I mean, and I'm going to ask questions as a mom or anybody else from the outside. If you're in a relationship, you're in love. There are things you can't see. Well, I've been married almost 28 years, and Moniece's father, biologically different story. We were in love when we had Moniece. We just chose not to stay together. I chose not to stay together. There's no drama in our past. So all this screaming and crying in the bathroom, I'm sitting at home like this. Bro,
What is going on?
Are you serious right now? And I told Dave, I said, I'm laughing because when America finds out that there's no big, deep, dark secret, then Moniece is gonna be there like, what? Like, there's nothing,
Because
Has she
comes
came
down
to you and said, what's going on? Like, is there this big, deep, dark secret?
No. Because everything that has existed in our past, my kids are aware of it. And there's no, and basically and Moniece is talking about the upheaval or the back and forth with my relationship with her dad, her biological father, early on in my relationship. That's it, period. And so, but even still, Moniece can't look at the level of responsibility in which I move forward with, because I've known my husband since 2nd grade. So we met when we were 6 and 8. He was my high school sweetheart and my best friend. Like, that was the dude who, when junk went down, I talked to him. So we were reunited and got married when Moniece was 1. But I knew him through and through. Our families knew each other. And I refused, when I broke up with Moniece's dad, to date. I was 19. I said I won't, because Moniece is my life. So I'm a little pissed off at Moniece and Drew, if you want me to be honest, because I'm like, look, bros, your learning curve is over. You choose to have another life. Whatever you're going through, bye.
Yeah.
Bye, girl, bye, boy. It's a wrap. And when I say I've been there, done that, I couldn't live for me anymore. So I didn't club. There's no, I didn't say, oh, I know. I can't do it, though. Here's the baby.
Yeah.
Mom and dad, you guys are set.
Yeah.
You take her and you raise her. But I never put Moniece in a situation, because I even said I won't be with anybody who can't love her as much as or more than they love me. So Moniece has always been, which is what I say all the time, conceived in love and raised in love. She's blessed. She has.
So here's a psychological question to get a little deep. But do you feel like that's where maybe the issues stem from? That here's this girl who has been conceived in love and so much love, and then when she goes off on her own, doesn't know how to handle that sort of love. And I'm taking in context of somebody in my life specifically, because you just did that. It just kind of ties it together. And then they didn't know how to handle it without mommy being there, and then it kind of falls into a bad relationship, because we see. But I mean, I guess her and Fizz was that a good relationship at a point? I don't know. She coming back around talking about, I think I have feelings for you.
Well, no. I think that again, it's gonna start always and end with Moniece. There can't be. It's not possible for there to be a good relationship, which is what I say. And if you really...
So Cam is her test. Cam is really the only thing in her life that can get her out of that. I think that accepting that she's in it is going to be the first issue. Nobody, because it's a and it kills me too, because Moniece can get on, you all follow her on social media. She can say anything that she wants about anybody. But we all kind of dance around, just look, Moniece, here's your problem, blah, 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 because we know that will shut out a relationship, and the goal is for her to actually get over her issues or to accept her issues and manage them. So there are certain things that we don't go there, because it will really counteract what we're trying to do. But at the same time, we've all shifted, because now we're all about the baby. Right.
He's the only innocent piece in this whole entire thing. And I will blow up a city. I will kill his parents. Everybody this child gets the same diehard, which I was that mom. And so now you're making decisions. So you can't just, even on the reunion. So Moniece is having a discussion. Yeah, okay. Which I said, Brandy and Shonda, I said, they asked me the question. I'm not trying to rile Moniece up, but let me answer the question, which I was doing. But if I jump up right now and I run over there and I get in your face,
she's gonna react.
It takes a really big person to get attacked and to sit there and do nothing. But at the same time, I'm there. And America's saying one thing, and I don't even hear America. I don't care, because let me just tell you guys this so you'll know me well. If you can't save me, this is my actual real rule. If you've never been in me and you didn't come out of me, you just don't matter that much. I don't lose any sleep over all this stuff. And in reality, what I said on my Instagram, I meant. I'm going to be here for your understanding, because I want to have the responsible conversation. What I'm not going to do is host your hate. You can go, and I won't erase any of it. Hate on your own.
Exactly.
Feel free.
I know we got to wrap it up, but one thing I want to get from you is you do the show. Obviously, you saw the first season. You have to have some sort of understanding of reality TV after watching the first season, because I just put, like, if I was in the situation that my mom was watching. It's
right.
like, first of all, my mom wouldn't be the most confused human being on one of these shows. But editing-wise, I mean, did you come away from it? I mean, because I just know the love that you talk about, and when meeting Moniece, I just know how much, and I also know how much things are different with an edited script. And I know the love that you have for her. My question is, do we ever put the blame, who do you put the blame on? Do you put it on the producers? Do you put it on the creators? Do you put it on the audience? Do you put it on the people for these drawn out actions? And did that ever irritate you? And did you ever have a conversation with, well, wait a minute, like, you
yes.
totally took a chunk out of my context.
Absolutely. I was a little astonished. First of all, who do I put the blame on? No one.
Everyone signs up for it.
That is correct. And if you have a brain in your head, you don't know how it's going to be perceived, but the bottom line is, if I say yes, I just put my face on a TV, I give you permission to have an opinion.
You have, yep.
That's it. So stop whining. If you choose to do reality TV, stop whining.
It is what it is.
Understand that that's what's going to happen. So all you can control, every conversation, no matter what they took from it, if I said it, I meant it. How you chopped it up, that's great. And the only issue I had was you made me look like a liar with Moniece and the scene with Rich, which that whole Rich thing.
Which one?
When I went to the house to sit on the couch, and that whole thing, oh my God, that probably I was eating nails, because there was so much meat that I gave. First of all, for real, Richie Pennies is a therapist now. Whatever. I couldn't did you say to Fizz that that you wanted him to get custody? My response, absolutely. So let me say it again. Absolutely.
And we ain't gonna edit nothing.
And you don't need to. And I would say the same to her. Because the goal isn't you or you, the goal is the baby. You can't force someone to do what they have to do, but no one beats up the court, were my words. I've never seen a person swing on the court and knock them out and win. So the best that you can do, that little baby deserves all the resources, time and money, from his parents who created him. So if you can't extract that in a reasonable conversation, because you and Moniece have been fighting for he'll be 6 in January, before that, get to the court, take your ass to the court, get full custody, and let her pay you. And then I felt like America's ignorant. I didn't say keep Moniece from seeing the baby and block her ever. Do you even know what full custody means? That means giving one person the right to make decisions and getting money from the parent who's not paying. So you can stop coming to me and crying about not being able to pay the school bills and doctor bills, and we're kicking in and everybody's pitching in and taking over. Because you're requesting that or because you're needing that, and you've got our full support. So yes, that was my one issue that I had in the entire season. And, I don't really know. We never know what's happening for season 3. But, you're welcome, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, because I can tell you that, and I'm laughing because I'm saying I'm the only real there, and I'm the only person who's going to take full accountability for myself. And I'm not talking about an editing, or there is no script. But it is what it is. And, and I'm next, if there is a next time for me, it's going to be very interesting, because I have a lot of stuff that I left on the table with Drew in particular. And still just trying to decide. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to reach out and say something before the baby's birthday, because I'm not going to carry that into, but I got a lot to say. And if you're going to go on TV.
What's one thing you want to say to him right now?
I know where you live.
Oh, damn.
Well, thank you so much. We're so thankful that you came in and shared all of this tea. Is there anything else you want your fans to know?
What I want my fans to know is this. You guys need to stop using reality TV to project. You know, it's great to be a spectator, and if you want to be a fan and encourage Moniece and anybody else that you see. There's no Team Moniece and there's no Team Marla. I really want Team Unity because she is my daughter, and what I want is her success. And so, you know, for that, and then as far as your guest, your host here on these shows, cut it out. Their job is to come. I mean, seriously, and you can share opinions. But there's so much hate, and I'm just so tired of the internet cowards. You know what I'm saying? If you look at your screen, if you won't walk into somebody's,
come right on to Afterbuzz.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If you can't see this man on the street and say what you have to say, which 99.9% of all of you would not, then you can have a strong opinion, but the hate is just worthless, and it really exposes you to be weak.
Exactly. Speaking of strong opinions, before we go, we want to play our weekly game, Reality X Reality Check. We're going to give some topics, and we're going to check it if we love it, and if you don't love it, we are going to Reality X it. So join in, hashtag BHL Reality Check. First one, I would like to Reality X the fact that there was so much lead found in the water in Michigan, Flint, Michigan, and so many kids were showing up at the hospitals, and the level of lead that was found in their blood was so high that Michigan has declared a state of emergency.
So this is from the water or something?
The water. And I'm like, what? Like, this is incredible. Like, is this population control? Here I go with my conspiracy theories, but why is there so much lead in this water? Is this water in LA?
How come it's not in Beverly Hills? How come the lead's not in Beverly Hills?
Well, you know what? My water in my faucet it's cloudy.
Oh, yeah.
And so I don't drink it unless I boil it to make like tea or something. But I do not drink the water, and I live in downtown LA. So it literally comes out cloudy.
Yeah, no, girl, that's why I have bottled water, alkaline water. It's $2, and I want to shoot myself for the fact that I'm paying $2 for some water.
You do know that we're gonna have to pay for air soon.
That's fine, as long as it's clean and pure. At this point,
I am reality checking the fact that a lot of parents are stepping up and they're suing. They're like, no, you need to, because there's so many kids that are actually like, they're being affected, and the older that they get, they're gonna have like mental disabilities and all of this other kind of stuff. So reality check to the parents who are standing up and not being scared to go against the grain. And reality X the fact that there's lead in the freaking water.
Yeah, to me, I'm reality X in the whole story, because I just feel like this is a financial issue in which you see we give all these taxes every year and the potholes still be in the streets, and I'm just feeling like that the pipes haven't been changed. I mean, lead pipes were a big thing back in the day, and I feel like who went around and changed them pipes? So
speaking of pipes, 'tis the season. Whose bells would you want to jingle? Are you
gonna give me an option?
I'm gonna go. No, I'm just gonna choose Idris Elba. Lord, he is Are you
bandwagoning the Idris Elba thing because he's like the new hot chocolate?
He ain't the newest.
He is absolutely. He's just very, very handsome. And if he was not, well, I'm talking about Lance Gross now. If Lance Gross was not married, he would be another one that I would love to jingle his bells. Lance is fine. He is so cute.
He is. He's a good guy too.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Michael B. Jordan, hands down.
I'm gonna X that one.
2 hands down. So Michael B. Jordan in my
now again, is this Creed love you have going on here?
No, it was before Creed.
I don't think he's cute.
Station. Oh,
sorry.
I do. Shirtless, all of the above. Like, hey.
You know what? I think I'm a ring Terrence Howard. I think that
really
because he's kind of a grimy.
Ew, he looks like he's smelling bologna.
You know that could be true.
Bologna, though.
That could be true, but he's got that. He's kind of edgy. He's got a little. I don't know.
I just feel like having sex with him, he'd be sweating too much. I'd be like, ew.
Okay, you. Okay.
Stop.
Thanks for ruining it for me.
It's hard out here for a pimp, and it's hard in here for me.
Well, I have another one.
Well, my real one is gone though. That would be Paul Walker. That was my guy.
Yes,
Paul
Linda,
Walker.
listen.
Yeah,
I happen to.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I can't. Yeah,
No,
I can't.
get
I can't
this one
spend
with the
mine at the
white boy,
graveyard.
'cause
No.
Paul Walker.
Yeah, I gotta change directions in my next life. I'm just saying. I've had too much chocolate.
Ain't enough for me.
Too much.
Right, wait, I got
Go
one.
for it.
holiday potlucks for like work and things like that. I'm reality Xing. No one want none of your culture, girl. If you want me to have your culture, invite me over so you can make a whole meal, but don't be bringing no fucking Thai potluck noodle stickers, and then I'm gonna eat some damn pizza over here because this motherfucker don't know how to cook. This bitch gonna bring damn Ralph's cookies that weren't even baked, and then this bitch over here bringing a soup. Like, what? That's like, I just went on a whole cleanse and diet. Like, I'm not about that life. That's disgusting. I'm not in college anymore. Like, this isn't fucking chopped. I'm
going to take it as an up the ante by just saying reality X the whole holiday season except for Thanksgiving.
Really?
I'm
Christmas?
I'm Scrooge. I'm lazy. I'm tired.
Interesting.
I'm over it. Like, it's because it's not nothing.
I can't do Thanksgiving.
Stop. Nothing. Thanksgiving is the.
I grew up with Native Americans, so it's really like
we're family.
What are you, Cherokee girl?
No, don't try to play me like that.
I grew up with because I'm like the Wampanoag.
He's like the one. Everybody goes to Pocahontas,
right?
No, first of all, Pocahontas is from the Wampanoag tribe. Boo. I was raised by Plymouth Rock, which is about this big, so don't get your hopes up. But no, the only reason I said this is because growing up, all the natives would say, every black person think they native. If they have good hair, they gonna call themselves some sort of Cherokee. And
that's
so
hilarious.
Funny. I always ask this funny. Iyanla Van Zandt, I was interviewing her, and she was like, she kept saying, "I'm Cherokee. I'm native. I'm native." I was like, "Bitch, what native are you?" Is it Cherokee?
I don't. You know what? My mom does. No, it's not. Stop it. I'm gonna find out for you at the end of the show, and you're gonna tell somebody what it is. Don't try to take away my Indian.
No, I'm not. I'm just teasing you. It's more about the Thanksgiving thing. But wait, why don't you like?
No, the Thanksgiving I love. Because I love the food.
Did you love when Christopher Columbus came around here?
Well, I
love the food and family.
It's white people. You look white. So I'm gonna just say you white.
Racist.
Get him.
You heard this? Racist.
That's the bottom. To me, Thanksgiving is without the commercialism. That's why.
That's how I feel.
I like
Christmas
friends,
too,
family, and fun without the gifting and the you got to do all this extra shiznit. It's just dumb.
Somebody was just telling me that I shouldn't celebrate Christmas because yada yada yada. I'm like, what you perceive the commercial Christmas that other people celebrate, I don't. It's my time to spend with family. We get time off of work. I'm gonna use that time to spend with my family. We don't do the whole gift thing. It's about us coming together and loving on each other.
It's like
humbug.
It's enjoying like giving the gift to like select people. Now, when you have to give it to like someone that you don't even know and like
that's
at work,
stupid.
Like why are we even doing this?
I like to give too, so
for different reasons.
But what is giving though? Go ahead.
The other X
a smile. That's all I can afford.
Ugly Christmas sweater parties. No, I'm not spending $40 to $80 on some ugly ass sweater that I'm never gonna wear fucking again to go to fucking some party.
DIY. Get on Pinterest and make you a freaking shirt.
Would you just consider body paint then? Just painting some ugly shit on your chest and just there you go.
No, that gets into a whole nother other thing. But I'm just like, these people get really excited for these events.
It's festive. It's fun.
I'll buy my sweater in January when they're on sale.
Don't hate that people are looking for some place to congregate and have fun and serve cocktails. They just want to have parties. Party. It's a party season.
Speaking of cock again, ho ho ho, 'tis the season. Who's the biggest hoe of the holiday season? I'm gonna go with Fetty Wap's baby mama.
Yeah, Masika.
Masika.
Why are we calling her a hoe?
I mean,
okay.
What don't I know?
Oh, you didn't hear about her?
I know she's pregnant.
Why she's a hoe is because don't sit up here.
Why she's because
no, don't sit up here and say that you don't want the attention, you don't want, you didn't sleep with him for all this. Yeah, but then you announce in a radio interview.
And Fetty didn't even know.
And he didn't even know about it. So it's like...
And he's like, this isn't my baby. So she's just been hopping from one cock to the next cock to the next cock. Like the freaking reindeers be hopping through the sky.
I don't know how many cocks she been on this holiday season. But what I am saying, I just thought it was a little interesting. Like, you don't want the attention, but then you out here like, yeah, Fetty Wap, my baby daddy. He nutted all up in me.
That's just my baby daddy. Ow. Is it?
And so that to me is just like...
Can I give a little Christmas advice then, if that's just based on that?
Yeah.
Masika? Dogs, you have puppies in bags with accessories. Kids don't belong there. We don't collect children like we collect Cabbage Patch. Oh. That's a little thing. I gave that same advice to my daughter. Babies. And you're just not, the baby's not here for you to dress it up and make sure he has 27 pair of tennis shoes. He's a human. And you can't ever fall asleep on that.
I meant to say this earlier. Don't you feel like women today have kind of been raised to be those accessories to men. Like when you look at Kim Kardashian, yes, she has a job and all this stuff.
You choose that shiznit. You don't.
Yeah, I don't think that you're raised
You're not-
But not
to
raised.
do
No,
that.
no,
I would
okay,
say
not
more
raised,
so
but
back in the early 1900s.
The media puts it out there. Oh, you say that, but at the same time, when these girls
No,
to
that's
be
true.
a
They're
certain
looking for the
ways-
one percenters.
Yeah.
I always tell people, get over yourself.
Yeah.
You're looking for a one percenter, and you think about 100%, and you're looking for every woman's trying to swing on a one percenter. It's not going to happen.
I always say this when I first came out to LA and I went
I
to
don't
the
have that mentality, so I can't
Well, you're-
relate. I guess that's why I'm like, what?
You're a precious gem. I went to the
Like what?
All-Star weekend and I was getting ready to go in and we were with Carmelo and LAHH. And as we're walking by, I look to my right and it's raining outside. And every reality, I'm going to be really nice, but every female reality star from like the Flavor of Love to the Rock of Love to whatever the VH1 show was under this tent waiting for a basketball player to walk. It was the thirstiest thing.
Oh,
In the
that's
rain, Weaves is just getting, tracks is coming out. I was just like, makeup running down. I was just like, what?
And they're not even
Dignity.
looking for. I mean, I can't. I don't really think they're looking for that. Like, I mean, of course they're looking for someone that they can
looking
smash,
how to get into that
but
party.
not at. Well, I'm talking about the basketball players.
By any means,
they're not about to
by
walk
any
by and be
means
like,
necessary.
Oh, you
No, that's like, yep, that hole looks the prettiest. Yeah, come on. Like, that's all it is.
Well, let me say this. I'll leave you with this. My dad was a Major League ball player. And what he said to me is, he said, if you can imagine the wave of women, for the average man, it's a ripple that is trying to crash on a rock. For somebody in the public eye, he said it's a constant tidal wave.
Yeah.
And eventually, it's almost impossible in a lot of cases to withstand. I don't believe in impossible, but because it's really about your own integrity.
Yeah.
But we were saying that in reference a while ago to the Tiger Woods thing. But that's kind of the deal. Mm-hmm. So I think, I even think that kind of flips people on both sides of the fence. Because you have so much of everything, you're willing to even try something new because it's just, vagina's just uninteresting. It's like, yeah.
Sure is.
Seen that, smelled that, taste that a million ways. So let me see what he's doing. I'm just saying that I really do think that it's just overwhelming. Mm-hmm. And all for what? Why?
15 minutes
Can
of
I
fame,
ask another question?
$15.
Why does a side piece think, what is with the woman, like you're saying, who only wants the bragging rights that 90% of people aren't even going to believe?
I couldn't even.
That's the
fathom
stupidest
to-
thing. What you want to just sleep with this dude so you can have a tale to tell later?
No,
Yeah.
have
You don't get anything out of
The
it.
game. Did you see the game? Had a reality show.
I
on
did see it
VH1?
because I had to see it. 'cause
Did you
it's
see
in-
the first episode where the girl was like,
No.
"No, I know you from Miami. I know you from." It was so embarrassing, and it was just like I had to have her come in studio because I was like, "Girl, like that was the most embarrassing thing."
much.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
And what was her response?
No, she gave her full outside with no editing and whatever and whatnot, and we still questioned it a little bit, but it made more sense and made her look less crazy. Cause I had to. She lived in Miami. I was like, "Bitch, no, you need to come here. We can't do no phone interview. I need you in person.
We need to see you."
And she really came in and did it. And to me, that's why I always say I fuck with these people, because for y'all that can watch it and see yourself act a hot damn mess and understand that that's what we're seeing. Look, I don't judge you. I judge you when I'm watching it because I'm watching a motherfucker, just like you would judge Judgment
right.
Day if you was watching the
It's
TV show. But when you
Fair.
come in person, I'm gonna have a normal conversation with you because I just want to know. I like psychology and all. I want to know what the fuck made you want to do that.
Money, fame.
Sure, but just tell me.
Popularity.
But it wasn't even that
Do
with
you
her.
guys think that-
it wasn't even that with her?
Do you guys think that this is what I say all the time, really your goal is to have your face in the box?
Yeah. No.
And-
yes.
and no, I mean,
Absolutely.
really, is this?
I
'Cause
mean,
to
to
me,
me-
it's a platform.
More than
Yeah.
money. Too.
This
They
isn't
don't care.
this isn't who I don't care. Like I say, if
Honey,
this
I
is
was
not
the
going to translate.
star of TV. I was the star on Love and Hip Hop, bitch. I can't with. I watched this past season of Hollywood. They had like 50 fucking cast members on it, and to someone who only had like 3 minutes on the whole season on their profile, though, the star, a star in Love and Hip Hop.
That's part of. I have to say this.
Payment.
No, that's part of what they kind of require.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Because I was confused.
That's
I'm just
part of your
like-
little media training little issue.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically, and that's just because they want you to be identifiable to to the fans who want to interact when they come to your sites.
Okay.
So there you go.
'Cause
There's
I
another
was
little nugget
just
for
sitting
you.
here
Yeah, because
like-
and that is, and I had to do that, and I actually erased it. But that was because after a while, you also kind of learn that I don't really have to do anything, just pretty much. Mm-hmm. Because I'm such an old school person that I'm like,
all I gotta do is stay
Bring
black
I'm on
and tan.
time. Well, I'm on time, but the other thing about it is you're not getting my soul, Mona, or anyone. I'm not giving my soul to
How's your
anyone.
relationship with Mona?
I've never met Mona. I think I might be the only one.
Really?
Do you want to meet her? And what would you say to her?
I would love to, because I think it's amazing that Love and Hip Hop isn't on her Instagram.
What's one question that you would ask Mona?
Why? What was your objective? What is your real objective? Because, even if it's just, it was a good opportunity for me to get the coin. I can actually respect that. I just wonder why.
What's her motive behind it?
Because it is different that for black reality plays completely different than white reality.
Hello?
Because I'm going to tell you, I put this out there when my husband and I first started our radio show, it's hot. So ABC syndication called immediately in 2008. But then when they started listening, they were saying, well, we want to sign you, but we want you to be more black. Well,
What
in
is
my
more
house,
black?
and that's
More
what
black.
literally, and what I said is in my,
What is
and
more
at the
black?
time, Michael Bazin was their cash cow.
Yep.
And in my relationship, we communicate like you hear me talking to the two of you. We don't fight and throw shit around, and that's not, and I'm not in my house going, nigga, you better take out you talking to me? That's not how we relate. So to
But
me,
that's more black, I guess, to mainstream
and there you
media.
go. So what I'm saying to you is that's almost what's required of a Love and Hip Hop on some level. And I think that, once you get into the machine, for those people who don't have a really strong center, and you kind of lend yourself to what is expected.
Yep.
Because I was disappointed this season, and I'll talk about my own daughter. I called her and I said, bro, what are you doing? Because even that first scene, I wanted to rip my skin off. With them sitting on the beach, I was like, feels like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. I was
into
like,
those stereotypes.
I met someone. He's coming. I'm not going to say who, but he's old and crotchety. I added that part.
Yeah.
He's only 10 years away from a walker.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a real career anymore in hip hop. But this is not 79 gold.
Well, Mona, let
sorry.
us know what your real
Did I say
motive
that?
and intention is behind all of this. Thank you so much for joining us. Where can all of your fans find you?
You can find me live every Monday on the Marla and Dave show, which is our live webcast, marlandave.com, if you miss it. It's pretty cool. Guys, it's one of those things. We are ourselves, and we have various guests and various topics, and it's really our mad world. So my world, Marla's world, which is fitness and parenting and fun, meets Dave's world, which is, music extraordinaire, and and then our marriage and relationship. So it's all about all of that. It's the life of what we are, in its truth and transparency. And I think transparency is transforming. Marla talks everywhere about everything, but mainly parenting. My focus is always parenting, fitness, and relationships. Awesome. And I want women to get it together. Stop calling dudes dogs. If they're dogs, it's because we keep feeding them bones.
Exactly.
Oh.
Cut it out. Change the game. Change the game, change the behavior, and put your pants on, for goodness sake.
Jesse, where can Jesse, where can everyone find you?
Everywhere, DJ Jesse J.
And everyone can find me at Ashley Gray TV on Instagram and on Twitter. Thank you so much. Dang, you all
What's
up in my
about
bubble space.
I did kind of think there was a lap dance that might happen here while I was here. That was going to be...
He ain't feeling none of this. He don't want this.
That
He
doesn't
all
mean that you
about them
can't. That
boys.
doesn't mean you can't. That doesn't mean you can't get a lap dance.
I can't waste my time. It's just a waste of time.
I'm not here for
Hashtag BHL Reality Check. Happy holidays and see you in 2016.
Bye.
Thanks for having me.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio. Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.